This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. That is all. Court is adjourned.
Objection!
Did someone just objection?
何それ?
Where did that come from?
It wasn't Von Karma.
Oh gosh.
Wait. But that means...
No.
No.
God damn it, Edgeworth!
Edgeworth!
Oh my god, why just shut up! Just let it go, man! Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
Whoa! From point blank transition into the side point? That's a unique transition.
Homie, you talking to me?
You pointed at that loaded thing?
That at me?
You pointed at me, son?
You best not miss.
Boy!
The heck you mean you object?
Wall bounce!
I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge.
Oh my god, save it for your diary! You fucking Hot Topic child! Save it for your fucking albums of tears and mascara, man.
Miles Edgeworth, if I'd done it.
I did though. Fuck! Put it in your Trapper Keeper.
But revenge for what? Nick?
The fucking state apparatus is not the means by which you should use to express your inner guilt and turmoil. Alright? That's not what this is, man. It's not a therapy fucking session, dude.
Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident.
Put it on your live journal. Zanga, if you would. Tumblr, even. No one's gonna judge. Except that guy, the judge.
He's going to tell them he killed his own dad.
Oh, God, what do I do? I object to your objection! The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Objection. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too?
Triple objection! Duh. Oh shit! The good, the bad, and the ugly. Yo, it's a fucking standoff. Wow. Drop my fucking phone. This is crazy, dude.
Hold on to your purse.
The ecstasy of gold, any minute now.
I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That would be Larry.
We must hear this new statement.
Damn. Yo. Counter hit to the counter hit to the cobble breaker, counter breaker.
Damn.
Objection!
Slam master!
Slam master! What? Oh my god.
We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
My salty balls demand it.
He's right. You have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
Oh my god.
For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer. You mean in the incident where your father died? From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer. The criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me.
Objection, Your Honor. The defense would like to claim the Death Blossom excuse. The gun was thrown in a round-trip fashion and then fired afterwards with no one actually holding it, and the bullets fired in an unprecedented direction in a time of duress.
Not premeditated.
A charged punch button was held and released, and the Death Blossom firing occurred, and it was not the intended trajectory of the person who released the punch button.
Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for the DL6, the statute of limitation of which ends today. The culprit is me. Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected.
We're fucking defending him against himself.
The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime.
Which means this case is not that, which means I gotta get lunch.
Not my problem anymore.
I'm pretty sure my Uber Eats has just arrived. Have we not established that the food has been delivered at the door? What are we doing here?
Do you really want to do this? We can just walk out if you want. Like, I don't care. Yeah. Oh, a crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today.
Taco Tuesday.
I'm not really sure how I should deal with this. Bah. It's obvious. We hold a trial right here, right now.
That's not the way it works, man. Who cares? Who cares? Shut up.
Are you gonna stop me? We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
We were standing here. I got dressed. My hair is all did. We might as well just do the thing now.
I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess.
Christ, man.
During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take.
Are you even familiar with the details of what the fuck, like... The judge has to spend all day reading before the case and then the morning of to get familiar with everything to prepare to...
Court is adjourned.
Von Karma told him what to do, so he done it. Holy shit, this judge. Holy shit.
2:24 p.m., come on! I'm sorry, Wright.
Yeah, you are.
I've just wasted all of your effort.
Man just wants to go to fucking jail, dude. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad?
I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. I've been a bad boy.
Yeah, well, let's go get fucking Francesca then.
What?
God. Take it out on the off time, not on the clock, man.
Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
This is crazy. Just crazy.
Oh. Nick? What are you doing?
Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. Getting my case ready.
Your case? For what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare.
What?
It's just a dream. It's not real. You're full of shit. Everything you're saying is garbage. Your emo-ass bullshit can be taken elsewhere, but not here today. I'm a defense attorney. I'm finding you fucking innocent. That's my job. That's what I'm doing. Take it up with your therapist. Go listen to fucking Jared Leto if you need to. But not here, not today, not now. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me.
Right.
Takes the headphones out. Bury me, bury me. Pause.
All right, let's do this. Now then, I would like to resume our trial. Judge. Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime.
And you're just chomping at the bit to fucking get your run back here. Because that's a loss. That's an L on the record, right?
That is a loss, but
because like if he can be like, oh, but if I win now, I can say I've never walked out of court with a guilty, or like every time I've walked out of court, I've won my case, right? Or whatever the fuck he needs to say.
Someone went to jail.
You can frame it however you need to, but that's an L. The game is over. Just because you hit rematch really, really quickly does not mean that the score is not there.
Locked in. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DLC's incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book.
My man said, I am on the side of your guilty conscience, and I will be teaming up with the voices in your head to find you as guilty as you think you are. The voices are right. Everything you think about yourself in your head is right, and I'm going to prove it here in court today. That's fucking insane.
The voices are on my side.
Oh my god.
I see. Does the defense have any objections?
No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
God.
Will the witness state his name and profession?
Every time any child around the world goes, is it my fault? Is that why this is happening?
Yes. Absolutely.
Von Karma's like, yes.
That's why the Steel Samurai is dead.
This is the power I've been waiting for. Oh man, every child self-blaming. Find it and fucking confirm it. Lock it in.
It's because you didn't eat your vegetables that your pet fish died.
They split up because of you.
They hate each other and they hate you.
Even more.
Miles Edgeworth, I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct.
Mistakenly.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about yesterday's dream, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That'll be the key, but only if I can get it to work.
Please, please.
Oh my god, please bring in Big Titty Sister already. For the love of God. It's been... We're gonna go the whole case without it, man? Come on! Witness testimony. The DL6 incident.
That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and yeeted it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all. And until now, you thought this was a memory? This memory was just a dream? We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination.
Don't fuck it up, Wright.
The DL6 incident.
You're fighting against the ghost in my head. You're fighting against the voices. Don't mess it up. Good luck.
Your Honor, does this world account for the differences between murder and manslaughter?
You know, didn't pay your parking ticket, manslaughter, it's same result after
dead bodies.
The court,
Dead bodies are dead bodies.
I'm piling them up.
Hold it. What was the trial your father was involved with on that day?
I don't remember things very clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney.
Details are relevant.
Mr. Von Karma? You were handling that case. It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details.
That was what Edgeworth pointed the problem in Mr. Von Karma's evidence. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. Hold it. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator?
Yes, myself, my father, and Yadi Yogi. We were fine at first, but then as time passed and no one came to help, my father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue.
Okay. What did you do then?
I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, just then, something heavy fell at my feet.
Okay. And what was it?
A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell off his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting.
But did you know it was a pistol when you threw it?
I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So, you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream.
Uh-huh. The gun fired once?
Yes. I think, after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream.
The scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. To this day? To this day?
Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live.
There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence, but I don't know what it means. Better find out and quick.
Hmm.
Objection, Edgeworth.
Huh?
Are you sure you only heard one gunshot?
Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came. I see.
No. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on.
They're forcing you to find the specific page.
Which page contradicts mine?
Yeah. No bullshitting this time around, just in case you fucking flubbed your way through before.
It's a 15-year-old file. Here.
You know, when we first heard about this case and all this stuff with Misty Faye, my brain was going like, is this whole channeling power gonna be used to create, was Edgeworth possessed to kill, and then he killed, and then the spirit left his body?
Oh boy.
You know what I mean? Because he's holding the gun, and he's like, what the fuck did I just do? And I'm like, did Maya Faye's powers somehow get used to, like, weaponize? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, straight up, in the way that looked. Victim data. Look at the victim data in this file. It says quite plainly the murder weapon was fired twice.
Oh.
Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot, but the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot?
Oh, Zawa. Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
They do say there's always a second shooter.
Happens all the time.
There's never a second shooter.
Objection, Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware. This incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired.
The prosecution would like to argue that they were fired simultaneously in a plink-like state. Prapa!
It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
Oh, so the bailiff just happened to fire his gun and didn't file a report?
Bang.
Didn't file a report about it? What?
I see.
I used it to shoot a fucking bug.
You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
Your Honor, the bailiff was in gunslinger mode, and he was using twosome time. So, you can lean and... Yeah, I mean, they were going crazy. Is that not... Can the defense
Out of their mind.
present oxygen and lack thereof to the court. Yeah. There you go. There you go. There you go. Your Honor, I think I'll be able to show you proof.
Oh, word? Oh, what? Impossible! Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence.
That's the way this game works.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident? Which one?
Look at this photograph.
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim is lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
This proves the weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
Huh? So let me get this straight. This photo proves there were two shots? Two shots were fired. Where?
Your Honor, please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. Oh, but what if it was an exit wound and then he fell this way? What if the splatter markings and positioning indicate that he was up against the wall and then happened
and then tilted off to the side?
As should be obvious to the court, Your Honor, the contradiction is here.
I see. A bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol, yet there's also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
That's crazy. Order! Oh, order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, two shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could be that someone else?
The murderer, of course.
Objection. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
The case summary. That's on page 1.
Look what is written there.
Pause. Are we just gonna go by the fact that Yanni Yogi admitted his own guilt and we're gonna literally just gloss over the whole letter that this guy sent to make the murder happen?
Yeah.
like at no point.
What letter, Mr. Wright?
Do we bring up the crime? Do we just don't even...
I shot that shit 2 days ago. Nobody knows about that letter.
Fricasseed it up and had it with a Chianti.
Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene. He does have a point. That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter, the whole truth. There was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door. Order! I will have order!
Nice touch with Phoenix just sandbagging it. Straight, no, oh my god, what's going on? Straight face. Clean. No reaction.
Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
Jonathan Frakes, bro. Didn't happen. We made it up.
Fabrications.
It was false. That one we made up.
I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Oh, why, thank you.
Damn it. Fuck. I was hoping Phoenix would keep his cool. It would be so much cooler if he kept his cool. If he didn't sweat, I'd
sweat him.
Damn it, Phoenix!
But he's an idiot.
He should have just fucking been like, keep talking, keep yapping, chirp,
say
chirp,
more,
chirp,
say more.
I don't believe the second bullet didn't exist.
Maya, got anything to say?
Was I wrong? God damn it, Phoenix! I thought he was being cool.
Bumbling into success.
Have I been wrong about this whole incident? You know that moment when you want your character to be finally like 5 steps ahead? He is. Oh.
Well. Someone remembers something, I guess. What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? Duh.
I'm sorry, Maya.
What?
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick!
If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing. You don't want to see that moment in the anime where the character, like, at the last second fumbles his way into the cool response. Yeah. You want to know that the plan was there all along, you know?
No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent.
Oh my god, she doesn't know either.
Gosh, I'm
They both forgot. They both forgot.
I'm double disappointed. Ain't no way.
It's just when I saw that photograph, I thought 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired that killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick. Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth. Precisely. I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict.
The smile of a guilty child committing to his own mind.
Have you been paying attention to the trial so far? Yes, Your Honor. Do you have any objections? No. No, I do not.
Bury me, I am finished with you.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention. Yes, I did.
Negligent manslaughter while under the influence of lack of oxygen and hallucinations, also while underage, in distress, in a near-death incident, in self-defense because a gun in the elevator dropped next to you from the owner of the gun, who was also
going crazy.
Going through, like, I mean, fuck, man. How many layers do we need?
Well, I've heard enough. Guilty. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt.
God, and like the power coursing through Von Karma. He's siphoning.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here. Right now! Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
He's actually pausing for it.
He's looking at you like,
huh? Yeah. No, you see, we gotta follow like Hajime no Ippo rules, right? When the hammer is coming down, it's like when you're about to fall back on the canvas and there's no possible way, but suddenly, as long as you cut to his boot, he gets back up. It's the only way to do it. I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying.
right, he's a scrub, it's true.
But my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
Just like my first day in court. Objection. I'm gonna read a list of the names in Epstein's Black Book. And that's gonna solve this problem, right? That'll make all the bad things go away?
Hopefully for
If
you.
I just start reading these names out?
Yeah. Von Karma is like, I never went there. I never went there. I never went there. I never went there. I never went. No.
How do we prove that you weren't on the island? You were on the Express, were you not?
No.
There are paintings in his house.
My vacation is none of your business.
You were clearly seen hanging out with him in the park.
I was working hard
You
after
were
the DL6 incident.
After Dershowitz's defense and he got off, you actually went and hung out with him later. Prove it. Well after the convictions.
I had one vacation, motherfucker. Can I just enjoy it?
Your DA was in charge of the case and was responsible while he was locked up and the guards were browsing and said nothing happened. Right? Okay, cool.
Objection.
Right.
This is weird.
And one of the kids was actually working at your law offices that then was one of the victims later on, right? At Von Karma Mar-a-Lago? The literal #1 victim was met the guy after working there?
Judge, do something.
Okay, cool, just checking. No biggie. Just, something. Your Honor, I have an objection. I object.
Oh boy. Oh, Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object? Nick?
I don't know. His case is perfect.
Oh no.
Just like the bench is lined up with him and the inner demons of Edgeworth's childhood. All wrapped like, yes! It must exist. The second bullet. What? What'd you just say?
Nothing.
The second bullet must exist. But where?
Someone took it. It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed.
What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just... someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer.
The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet, but why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
The murderer had to find it. Of course there was a need. That's why they took it.
What possible reason could they have had?
Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them was the bullet would be proof. Maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof?
Proof?
It was a special bullet, so they took it with them.
If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well.
Huh?
Why would they only take one of the two shots fired?
Oh, right.
Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm going to have to penalize you.
This isn't going so well.
Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
The murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for the stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright? Bah, the murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Yeah.
Had to take it.
Had to take it. The murderer? What does that mean?
You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken. Mr. Wright, are you still there?
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright. What do you mean?
Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet... hit the murderer?
The bullet hit the murderer.
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you'd have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's what really happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes. I guess that's how it would work. Yes?
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean...
The murderer came from outside. Yes.
Oh, come on now.
The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say. Objection, that shit is crazy. What are you saying? Deny it, deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone.
Hey, Nick.
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy.
Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday? Oh, Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock?
But took it because he was injured.
Which would mean...
It can only mean one thing.
He was the murderer in the DL6 incident.
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. Okay, that makes way more sense than he, like, I was going like, so they, the hallucinations made them forget that he was in the corner as the fourth man in the elevator in the darkness. He just stood there silently the whole time.
Grumbling to himself.
And while they were all going crazy, he just stood there and, like, they just forgot he existed.
Silence, yeah.
Like, I mean, that's, yeah.
It was Von Karma.
Oh, man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed and confused.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now?
Damn.
See, this is what... Yeah, okay. How they play... This is interesting, because everyone's acting around the idea of, like, uh-oh, we've got nothing. But you literally know what you're holding. But it's because they want to wait for the right logical connection to make. Okay. Save it for a better time is an interesting prompt.
How about we save it right now?
No better time than the present.
All right. What shall you do?
I want to know if this is... Yeah, this might be interesting.
You just saved.
I don't have enough proof yet. This is my trump card. I better save it for the right time.
Oh, Mr. Wright, something the matter?
I'm fine, Your Honor.
Shall we carry on with the trial, then? That said, we have no farther to go. All that is left is the finish. In other words, the verdict.
What? Not yet.
Think, Mr. Wright. You have said that someone from the outside was the murderer, yet you cannot suggest anyone as a possible suspect, which means your conjecture is worthless and will be rejected, of course. Nick, now's no time to be holding on to that trump card. The trial's almost over.
All right. I may not know what I'm doing, but here goes. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? Are you stuttering?
No, I'm just giving my back a break because I've been sitting for a little while. BRB.